Changing the minimum level of assets for clients that you're willing to work with is an important statement that you've been a very successful advisor. Your practice has grown to the point that there are constraints on your time now, and remembering how things were when you first opened the doors, you might have been willing to take anyone that fogged a mirror. As things have grown, as your practice has grown, you've come to realize and you're starting to feel those drags on your time. Having to meet with a lot of clients really is taking away from your ability to go out and search for new clients. When you get to that point, and many of you are probably there now, it's time to start thinking about changing the minimum level of assets for a new client. What that's going to do is a couple of things. It's going to first of all be a statement to the prospect that you're a successful advisor. You're not willing to take just anyone. You need to have someone that has a minimum level of assets. And the first thing that's going to happen to you when you start thinking about that is you're going to think about all the clients who've been with you from day one, and you're going to feel a loyalty to them and wonder, is it going to be fair to them to say, well, I've got to start concentrating on larger clients. Many of the practices that we work with still retain those smaller clients, and they're willing to accept that trade-off. But if you really want your practice to grow, you've got to make a decision. And the best way to make that decision is to find a way to move those clients to another advisor who you trust to be able to give the same degree of service, the same effective investment solution, and we can help you do that. Time is your most important asset. And if you don't have time to grow your practice won't grow. It will stagnate. But the important thing is that you recognize that the loyalty you may feel to the inappropriate clients, the clients who have been with you forever but are still well below your minimum, that loyalty is going to have to be balanced against your desire to grow your practice. We can help you discover, by looking at your practice, looking at where you want to go, looking at the potential market for your services in your area, we can help you establish a reasonable minimum and look at what will be something that makes sense for you and for your clients. And we can also help you with solutions to divest yourself of clients that are too small to meet the minimum. You will be faced with increasing your minimum more than once, most likely. The more successful you are, the more often you'll have to make that decision. And so it then becomes sort of a good problem to have. You've grown to the point where, again, you've got too many clients and your time is being constricted. And let's not forget that you're in business not only to serve your clients, but you're in business to have a life. You need a life yourself. And if you start working 12, 14-hour days every day, well, you're not having much of a life. And if it's because you've got too many client meetings or too many calls or too many off-site meetings, then these are things you need to address because you need to maintain your own quality of life.